Hey, Mercy here.
Joanna.
Yeah, there's a viral video that was going around, and there's this guy. He's probably a high school student or college, you know, those children. And then the mother had gifted this child with a car. This child had requested earlier that he wanted a BMW X5. So the mother probably could afford a BMW X3. Well, she got it and surprised his son. In fact, they blindfolded him and then took him to the car, and there he was, very disappointed.
Yeah, the disappointment was so visible.
Red, yes. He was like, what is this? What have you got me? I told you I wanted an X5. Why did you get me an X3? Mom is like, no, but it's also a BMW. She's like, yes, I know it's a BMW, but I wanted the X5. So that's what exactly we are here to talk about.
Yeah.
Children entitlement. It's very rampant. It's happening a lot nowadays, and we have realized that a lot of things about it, and let's talk about it.
Actually, when I saw the video, immediately I went to the comment section and it was full of Africans.
Oh yeah,
because the video was actually American. So Africans were in the... I can't even take a Subaru. I can't even take a Spacio. You know, like how can I even refuse? How can I even... In fact, try an African mother.
For you even.
You know. So
oh, by the way, African mother
Ajizayo. Okay, oh, no problem.
You don't like it.
Yeah. So which brings me to the point that kids over children entitlement is really dangerous, and it's like you said, it's becoming rampant, and even Africans are starting to copy, or African mothers or parents are now trying to copy the American setup, you know. And therefore, for us, we're here to talk about it, and we're here to tell you that that is clearly kids entitlement, right. And it is not right, you know. So when we say entitlement, what do we really mean? Entitlement, or kids entitlement, is where it arises when a kid expects, you know, to a special kind of treatment, even when they have not really earned it, you know. So for example, that kid, he was actually expecting that it is expected of you as my mother to buy an X5 for me.
It's a must.
Yeah, you're supposed to. But this was a problem caused by the mother from an earlier stage. She had already showed him that, you know what,
I'll do for you everything that you ask for.
And probably she was getting exactly what he asks. Yes. For example, I want the other shoe, maybe a Jordan, whatever.
If it's not a Jordan, then I don't want
and
it.
in that exact color. So I will always get you exactly what you want. Whenever you ask, I am able to, you know, to give.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I take that video for us to see. You see, you guys,
look at how ungrateful.
What have you been doing in the background or in the past years? Yeah,
it's true. But children entitlement is caused so much. First of all, because of neglect, child neglect. The parents who neglect their children by giving them everything they want. You're busy parents, you have to wake up early in the morning, go and work, you know, you don't have time for your children. Therefore you give them everything they ask. Oh mommy, you forgot to give me this. Oh, okay. Oh, you forgot to give me this one. Hey, like you're just availing, but in actual sense you're actually neglecting your child. Then it also arises as a result of pampering, and that's now the situation where you're over pampering your child. You're giving them everything that they ask for. You know, when your child tells you that this is what I want, you're definitely availing it as it is. We need to give them that.
There should be like kind of limits.
Yes, we need to have boundaries. We need to show them that they need to earn what they want. If you want exactly a BMW X3, sorry, X5, and for me I want, and for me I can afford an X3 at the moment, then please work for it. You have to either maybe save up some money, tell me I want to top up, or you need to work for it, like nkolera ekyo nkoleddeyo ndabe nti ongasiza.
For me, actually, I think in my way of thinking, why should you even have a specific kind of car? It could be I wish I had a car. No, that's it. So it means that almost already abele akola some kind of setup ngakuza omwana we ngamugamba nti no, there should be specifics in things, right? Like when I want this is what I want. If it is a watch, I want a Rolex. If it is I want a phone, it is iPhone. Already. But then there is, I want just a phone. Mommy, I want a phone. You know, mommy, I want a phone gives me a lot of options. For example, for my budget, you know, I can be like, well, he just wants a phone. Let me see a phone that could actually work. I can go check out a Samsung or whichever, you know. Now, so the fact that there is even a specific, for me, it brings me to the point of like, why there should be a balance between a want and a need in that home. For example, your child wants a phone. Me as a mother, I'm going to be like, hey bambi, agala simu kangene nfuneyo ka Samsung nkajjamu ko iro mwana wange. You know, now you're fulfilling a need. It is needed. They need it at school probably or something. Now if your child wamukuza in a sense of there is a need and a want, and then a want is more important than a need. You know,
there's actually no boundary.
There is no boundary.
And the need, yes.
So for some reason, Jakugamba, Hamami, yeah, thank you, phone, yeah, but
I wanted,
you know, maybe a Pro Max, yeah. So yeah. Always together. So there should be a really proper distinction between a need and a want. I don't want to you know, if it is a car, I'm going to get you a car that I can afford. Why are you putting specifics on me? You know, so if there is something you really want as a child in the want section, please work for it. Where you know, find a way, work or something.
Actually,
you know, or funny.
Actually, sometimes even it's not about what you can afford. Because you may probably even be able to afford it, but it's not a must that I'm supposed to get for you exactly what you want. You have to earn what you want. You like it's not that I'm going to go out of my way to get for you extreme things. For me personally, if I know that I've gotten you a phone, I know I've gotten for you a Techno phone, it can last. The things I'm looking at is battery.
Can it really do the internet?
Can it really do the internet searching? Can it do? It's not about camera, because I mean, what are you going to use the pictures for at school? It's not about, you know, the even just trend. Like you're looking at trend. Oh, people at school are having this. People at school are having this. So you need to make sure that you show this child that this is as good as the other, and you make them even satisfied with what they actually have.
It reminded me of a friend I had at campus. This girl, every time she got money, it's as if she knew what is important and what is not. She used to clearly distinguish between a need and a want. She had a want list and a need list. Every time she got money, she knew there is a need, so I can't really work on a want. You know? So she used to be like, you know what, you guys, yeah, I want a shoe, but I need
a pen.
Yeah, I need a pen. I need you know, to print some work at campus or something. She has her list clear, but when she gets some extra, she's also in the mood of, you know, celebrating herself. How you guys, me I bought and for me it taught me as so like, I was like, oh my god, that is so beautiful. Like, you have a need list
and a want list.
That is so good. I copied her, you know. So if you're out there, Brenda,
by the way, you can teach your children that already by showing them that, hey, you don't need an iPhone 15, you want a phone, and any phone is as good as any phone. You know. So well, another thing that can make children feel entitled is also overpraising them. You know, like we're in a generation where you're always snapping your children, you're always taking videos. You know, yes, these babies
you look cute.
These babies can be cute. They have cute lips. They have cute what? Everything is so nice, and you feel like you want to show it all over. You know, and now with this social media can make you even have some excess praises that you don't even need. Now you're making your child to be seen by everyone, and whenever they see your child, they'll be like, oh my god, your child is cute, you should bring more of your child. You should always post videos of your child, maybe doing this and that, you know. So you end up giving your child a lot of glory, omwade a lot of praises, omwade a lot of, you know, like omwade nyo chatalina. Okay, even if achirina, but taina experiencing as a child, they are going to feel like it's going to lead them to become entitled, because they feel like nze aliko, nze asinga abalala, nze I'm always better. You know, even at school they'll always feel like, you guys, you know me, I'm a celebrity. Oh, you guys, I'm better than, you know, I'm beautiful. Oh, I am more this than this. You know, like they always compare themselves with others, and they will always feel like they are better, and they will always feel like they deserve better things. Yet the world out there is not like that.
Exactly. So as parents, let's advise each other. Honestly, there are times we're going to do it unknowingly. Chigendenga chikula, but it's to chigenderedde. You know, it wasn't intentional, but it happened. You know, so how about you instead watch out for these signs? For example, there could be someone who has an older kid. How about you do it for the younger ones? No, oh, now I have to do it better. You know, because there is no one who has a parental manual or something. But when you find out something that we've noticed personally, nowadays, like there's some kind of enkuza y'abaana etategerekeka these days. You know, it's as if tablets, it's okay, you know. You enter a house and newebuuza mulimu omwana omumu oba bana babiri, are they 10 children? Ng'ebyokuzanyisa ebiri wali eri. Jesus Christ.
That's the neglect.
Even if you can afford, you don't know what the world can bring up to your child. How about you bring up a child that everyone can stay with? Grabbing. Because they feel like that child is a responsible child. But all these can be curbed tusobola bibaka nga bikyali ku earlier stage. You know. So please twebulirenga fa abazadde. It's not that omuwe nnyo we balaba nti omwagala ennyo. Ate abazadde balina kanombu onze nakula sirina kati nange kamuwe naye akinyonyoke. But there's no one you're trying to prove. Exactly. You know very well that you turned out a responsible person because you also didn't have enough. Now that you have enough, please limit your enough for your child. Like no benanga you can afford to give them 100,000 pocket money. Do not give them all that money. Yes, like omwana muwe afuke afunayala kingeko a little bit such that they can either way. Yes. Whenever things are kind of hard, there's all your brain widens certain colors. You know, your brain also widens. No one now, anytime they feel like there is some kind of lack, they start thinking, why brain? I think, how about I sell something at school or something like that? And also,
I can now start saving, or I can now start handling my money better. You know, there's the way they learn, especially at school. Like imagine your child is the one who is not in cow. It's a situation you're going to make even the other children kuwalana your child because ye already zaina abalala tebaina. It means you're not like everyone else.
And NB, trust your parental instincts. You know, some parents be like omwana obwala tebamumma because agenda bijja basajja. Trust your parenting. Right? When man kuzizo mwanda wange nga mmanyi, at no point wagenda tandika olowoleza in that kind of setting. Obeera okikoze from day one. Ng'omulaga nti no, my friend, we work for something. Yes, we do this, we do that. At some point, we know kwesiga omwana wo to make the right choices. Sikutuuka, buli kimu you're still giving them. How do you expect them to cope with this changing world?
Again, asigala nga akuze. Afuusa omusajja alina omukazi alina abaana naye era akyakubira essimu nti omuweerezeeyo ekyekumi
bampeerezeeyoko
leero biganye ate nga even at their workplace they'll not work so hard because they know they always have backup. Mami wange okitegeera. So I mean, what about when you're not there?
So how can we help a parent out there that has actually listened and they're wanting to, you know, do better for their children, how can they control kids entitlement? Because sometimes, like we said, it's not intentional. You can actually see that it is actually happening.
Well, to answer you, remember when we spoke about parents, the kind of parents who grew up from maybe lacking families.
Yes.
From families where they didn't have everything. In most cases, when you go back and look at what they didn't have, they also didn't have the basic needs. Like sometimes they would go a day without food. Sometimes they didn't have even they didn't have shoes. They don't have sometimes shelter, or neighbor affecting. Like when you look at most of the things that they didn't have, they were just basic needs. The basic needs. Kati ye wakula nabeera nga asobola okuaffordinga agenda olaba nga I need to give my child everything, not only the basic needs but also the wants. The tugambye wants are not the needs. So now when you're raising your child, you're making them, instead of providing for them what you didn't have. Yes, tubeera tugamba njagala omwana wange abeere nekyesafuna tewafuna 3 meals a day. Yes, you can give it to them, but don't give them at excess things. Nti ate the 3 meals need to have oba KFC, oba it needs to be this, and if it's not this, then it is not, you know. It's like you're attaching unnecessary things on it, yet the basic thing is food. Provide 3 meals, maybe give them shelter, give them school, you know, like the things that you didn't have. But now when we come and put in the needs, that is when you as the parent, you're trying to teach your child that nedda engatto tetwambala ezo twambala kivaako muzadde tetwambala ezo twambala ziri ezilebo twambala Gucci twambala zino, you know, fe twakolamu, you know, you're trying to show them now extra beyond, because is Gucci a necessity? Is it a basic need? No, it's not. What is a basic need? The basic need is the shoe. Omwana mufunire normal shoe just obola ogendera mu kusomero nga tagenda ku attracting attention, tagenda and he's going to feel very satisfied with what they have. So we're trying to tell the parent out there that please always differentiate, have your want list and your need list, not only for yourself but also for your children, such that they can know that if it's a phone, it's a phone. If it's a gundi, if it's a shoe, it's a shoe, nothing else, nothing attached. Mboye webasi Jordan tenkolera, webasi gundi tekola, teina chengasa, you know. So it's all starts with you, the parent, and I would guess maybe that's leading by example.
Well, if you see it, it's usually people who grew up in that kind of setting that are actually thriving in life, because they have lacked and therefore they strive so hard to make sure that they have, you know. So if you're doing the opposite to your child, well, how are they going to come out? It means they can't really face this world because they're already used to some kind of provision, like, oh, they're used to heaven, everything is good, oh my God, when I want this, oh, it's you know, they don't even know what it means to lack. Yes, they have never lacked. We are talking to people out there who are Ugandans, fellow Ugandans. No genda ye shopping. For example,
they need to call someone.
Yeah,
my guy, the guy who my mom tells to buy for us things.
Shopping, like things are so easy. I've heard of a guy. Yari atunyumiza I'm hiring anga to go to people's homes to plait their kids' hair. Ngagenda na plaiting their hair. So this guy told us so many stories. Nagamba, I reached there and these girls are so wild because they are not in the world. Baringanga babajja munsi and then they are in their own things.
They're hidden.
Kumba muzadde yachikola, I don't want my kid to go anywhere.
Bajja mukwana.
I'm sorry.
But that's the real world.
The guy was like, these girls were so
Yeah. I think I watched that. Yes, I think I watched it. The guy was like, these girls are begging you to help them to at least go out, like obatwaleko out, basobole okubeerako out. Naye togamba mami, oba sicho, I'm deprived of even speaking to men. Can you just stay here and we be together?
Yeah, you know, like talk to a man. I would a privilege. So these things Biolo and you're protecting them from, you need to let them face it so that they can decide for themselves that this is surely bad or it is good. Yes. there is even people I've seen, for example, in Christian homes, you're not allowed to watch these TV stations because these TV stations have this kind of songs. Watch it again. But how are they going to differentiate good from bad when all these things is good?
I mean, the world,
let them see so that they can be like,
full of
however
everything.
much me the Bible tells me this, I'm going to do this. You need, like I said earlier, trust your parental instincts. Trust what you're doing. It's also a process. Now you know kumanya nti no bana ekanesiga omwana wange. At some point by no kugenda.
Yes.
They have to leave your home. You know why kids become wild when they leave home? Because now it's time for exposure. Now let me see everything I never saw. I need to eat everything I never ate. I need, So how about you somehow found a balance as a parent?
There's somewhere that I read, and it says that it looks like this generation is exposing children to the wrong kind of freedom.
Let us also not forget that God blesses, for example, it's a normal statement at church that God blesses men through men. There is a lot that your child is going to learn from another child. Whether you everything they are learning, but they are learning something. There is something my daughter told me. She told me, Anna Grace told me that for her she does not eat from people's homes and she doesn't enter people's homes. And she was like, Katina, me, I don't enter people's homes. Like for me, I had actually told her don't enter people's homes,
but she didn't take it like that. Yes.
But when her friend told her, she was like, I also never enter people's homes. And Grace said she doesn't enter.
So sometimes you can't teach everything even.
Yeah. So there are things that they're going to learn from other humans, just like you also learn from fellow humans. They can also learn from fellow kids. Allow your kids to, me go around with the neighbors' kids. Just let them be. They are children. There are things that we instill in them. Ebigenda okubanga tebibagasa in actual sense. Always take it. Nenga ate bibasanze mu society. Bibagasa. So let them. So kids entitlement is really a huge topic, but we are trying to narrow it down. So to really any other thing that parents can do?
Yeah. Another thing parents can do is maybe teaching their children to be responsible for their actions and also have consequences for their actions. Like for example, you have done something and here we forbid it. Fewaka tetwagala bakuba banne oba tetwagala maybe begubya. Something that you have set for yourself, like in your home, in your mwenga mweterawo ne mga affe tetukola kino era omwana wakikola, do something about it. To African parents, you're not going to tell me that you're going to do the white style, the Western style of negotiating with a child. Oh, you didn't do this, but now because you know what, this and like you're trying to negotiate with your child. To making sure that when your child goes against the rules that you set, the laws that are governing your home, then you need to give them migo. Musikama tu nga batusikama tu tutegeera kati abantu tuli bategeevu kati kuba twasikibwa amatu batusuna batukuba. We're not saying that harass or what, but even the Bible says spare the rod and spoil the child. So wotamukuba gwagenda okubonaabona naye, but at the end of the day you're helping this child.
In fact, see abonabona naye abali mu nsi
like
that person.
Yeah, and actually kati now we're supposed to make sure that when you set rules, have consequences for them. Omwana omugambye you have to genda ozanye okomeo saa 12 weziwera. I'm making sure nti ajanga nga akebera yesa waziweze meka juka balina simu ajanga akebera sawa ziweze meka kati sawa z'okuzanya ziweddeyo. Let them know that wasukka saa 12 waliwo emigo oba agenda sigala wabwe oba tagina alya sapa otuuka saa 12 ne tugamba ffe twalidde dda sapa kati awo gwe naaba ogende weebake. There's supposed to be consequences for your actions. So you need to teach your children that not every time you do wrong, we are going to negotiate, or I'm going to just welcome you because you're my child. I mean, yes, they're all our children. We love them too much, but we need to show them. Effect, the long-term thing is really beneficial to the child.
Yeah. So another thing parents can do is basically to encourage gratitude. You know, we're in a world where abantu are receiving, but there's just little to, you know, be grateful for. Like omuntu agamba you know, what if it was from way back, or from way back at home? So let us encourage our children to be grateful, you know, like if something as small as just helping her, she's supposed to say thank you. Like, thank you. Let thank you be an easy thing out of their mouths, because we're in a trying world. Things about to by noticing these small things, you know. So let us encourage our children to be grateful for even the smallest of things that we give them. I brought you just a sweet or a candy or whatever.
It's not a must.
It's not a must that I should bring.
Even other parents don't do that.
You're supposed to thank me for paying your school fees. Baba, thank you. Even something as small as just yokuyambako mwana, she was doing something, and then a thank you is expected from you, you know. So this is just societal kind of bringing up. So
yeah, but for me, personally, I think still it's you, the parent, who is supposed to show this child that me paying your school fees uzimalayo chamani oshegera oyino mulaga nti no kati. For example, me, personally, my dad would tell us, you guys, do you know that I don't have lunch because I'm saving your money for your school fees? Do you know that you guys do not get chess because I do not eat lunch? Like, he needed to make sure that he reapproves us. Yes. Atulagenti no timloza anti byangu. Munda, but you don't, because we were never chest for school fees. But don't think that because you're not chest that it's always available.
It's no more.
I am hustling out here. So you need to make sure that omulagako kali erika behind the scenes, that things are not easy, man. But so that means omusasulira school fees ozimalayo awajja kwebaza kuba amanyi kikyoyitamu. So another part of gratitude that I can also say is that we're supposed to make our children feel satisfied and grateful for anything that they have, you know. You need to give importance to everything that you give them. You're eating food right now. Do you know that there are street children out there? Such that they can know that for them, it's a privilege, you know. It's a privilege, and they are going to attach importance to that food that they are eating. Therefore, they will even have a reason to thank you, but not you just telling them that thank me because you have eaten. Thank me, like you need to say thank you. You need to say, you need to have like jekasibuka.
They need to say
like that you attach importance. Kuchomuade. Ntorabe your pencil. Your pencil very America. Your pencil, like you need to show them that there is something unique about something unique about what I have gotten you. This shoe here, you can even cut it with a razor blade and it will not that's what our dad used to tell us. This shoe here, even if you get fire and you it will not burn. It is so strong, it can even take you until 6 years. And then you know that he really got for me the strongest shoe.
I need to be happy
because others are going to go and in one time their shoes are going to get spoiled. But for me, he got for me the strongest shoe. So I'm going to be so grateful with what I have gotten, because not other parents are even able to get it, you know. So yeah, that's for me how I understand the gratitude and in depth how we can teach it to our children. Yes, I was even told that entitled children are the ones who result into narcissistic people, narcissistic adults. abantu betulaba nga bali narcissistic bona waya zaavaako tetubategeera how they act in society. They are a result of being entitled children. You guys have created a safe haven for them in your homes, but when they come out there in the world, they are being something else to the other people raising
for their good.
In their own way. Like things are supposed to work how they wish, how they want, and if things are not going on well, they're going to blame everything else, everyone else. I'm not performing well in class because my mom didn't get me that pencil that I wanted. I'm not performing well because I don't have the bag, so I couldn't concentrate. You know, like there's a way it's really damaging. You know, and in turn even these people are damaging other people.
Yeah, of course.
So really entitlement is something big, yes, different scenarios, different situations, but well, this is for us to learn. This is for us to pick something and make sure that we do not fall, our children do not fall victims, especially in a generation where we are lost. We are lost, like too many teachers picking. Yes, we don't know what to pick, we don't know what to hold on to, we don't know what to, we're just picking from anywhere. Oh yeah, ayagala nnyo omwana we, amtute mu international school, nange kantwala wange. You don't know the reason as to why you're doing.
The need is
yes, you don't know the reason as to why you're picking some things. You don't know their reasons. Copy. But anyways, so let's teach our children to be not entitled, such that we can have better people in society. Nawe kenyini nyini chikuwulako mwana wo ng'akuze ng'ali responsible he takes mwana wa gundi, you know, he says sorry, he does this, he takes consequences for his actions, like really ng'omwana wo naye yeegombesa nga naawe kenyini nyini olaba nti omwana wo avuddemu, you know. So yeah, thank you for watching and subscribe. Bye.